2 rooms? Why is she wrong when you making her think that y'all in a relationship and y'all are at least friends, that y'all are, it's okay for y'all to share a room together? But then when she came to herself and was like, oh, wow, maybe I should ask him if he want a room. Now she's done something wrong. But you're a 30-year-old man who can't express to a younger woman that, hey, make sure you get us 2 separate rooms. You never set a boundary with that young lady, but then you say she crossed a boundary. How can there be a boundary that's never set? Because they, even in that courtroom on that day when I got in that panel and I asked Bray specific questions about the boundaries. I asked him, did he feel that she was going to do something to him? He said no.
No, so I was there.
Yeah, but they're trying to act like none of this happened. I didn't say any of that stuff because I think you came either right before me or right after me.
Yeah, I did speak up. I spoke up many times.
Yeah, but the thing is, what people are trying to do, why you didn't say that then? It doesn't matter. I'm saying it now. If you didn't think I said it then, it does not matter. You can't
have a right to speak up when they feel safest to do it.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, but they using that as a dig to disqualify us from us speaking out. You know what I'm saying? They using it trying to find anything. Oh, you argue with Rizzi. Argument is not harassment and bullying. It has to be persistent to be considered bully. But they trying to flip that stuff on us so that we can be quiet and be silent, and then they don't have to suffer in hearing what they actually did to this young woman. And people are so, I cannot believe that people in their 25 and up are this blinded and rooted in following and not understanding and simplicity of thought, that you can't understand that what this man is doing by walking around with a movie in his pocket to show everybody who say, Braid, you played a part. Yeah, I played a part. But look, we made up. She made up with her abuser. She made up with her abuser because she has Stockholm syndrome from that. That's what women do every day that keeps them in relationships. The man accepts your apology and have you apologizing because he blacked your eye. That's what we're seeing here, people. He abused her. I'm trying to make y'all see this because many of you have experienced this in y'all everyday relationships, because 1 in 5 black women are in domestic violence. He blacked her eye. Then he said, oh, you made me mad though. Oh, I'm sorry, Brain. I'm sorry that. What is she sorry for? What is she sorry? Because she spent $2,500 to take a man to California who had never been to California in a big old age of 30, never got out of his state. What are we talking about? He had a woman who was innocent apologizing. What's more narcissistic than that? And she apologized several times. She apologized one time, and this man say, I'm not accepting it unless you pay me $25,000. And y'all didn't wake up then? Are y'all sick? Are y'all okay? If a man on the internet can treat a woman like this and y'all see nothing wrong, I can imagine. That's why I talk to women so much. I can imagine what y'all going through in y'all real life if y'all don't even recognize it when it's being done in 4K. This man had a woman who had spent her own big money on him, consistently apologizing and begging and pleading with him to fix their relationship. So finally, she apologized and he finally accepted it. Now he's standing on his soapbox. Oh, look what I did. I'm the protector. You were protecting your fucking bag. You were never protecting her, because if you were protecting her, you wouldn't have been the one beating her down. You can't fight me and love me at the same fucking time. You can't do it. I'm sorry, Ray. I'm sorry. Oh, Lord. Imagine, Ray. Imagine how many women, if they seeing this in 4K happen, and I'm telling you, wake up and listen to the words coming out of my mouth of what this man did that woman. Ray, if they listening to me actively, break it down to them. And they not accepting it. Just imagine how a man can do like you said. That's all she was a job. That's why they tell us not to marry Nigerian men who are still in Nigeria, because they'll stay on the phone with you all day. They'll love you. They'll love bomb you. They'll kiss you. They'll give you all the attention you need. Why? Because your wallet coming behind it.
Amen.
Ladies, wake up. Wake up. It's happening. This is how it's look when it's a toxic man, and he said his love is toxic. He's told you he's toxic. How can you say he kissing on this woman and all this, blowing kisses in 1 minute? And I'm going to stitch the video where he blowing her kisses, and then just a few days or a few weeks or a few months later, he's saying, go unalive yourself like HB. Why don't you do us a favor and unalive yourself? If anybody at any time tell you to unalive yourself, they ain't never loved you. Words don't mean shit. Actions mean everything.
Take a breather, drop.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Take a breather. I watched it. We know it's real. Him coming up here talking about he's trying to hold. He's so performative. I said, and the Oscar goes to Braid King. These black women, what's shocking to me is the black women that are literally following him, monetizing his life. After this girl has unalived herself on a live stream. I just watched a black woman say, let me kiss you on the forehead. Let me kiss you on your cheek. What kind of sick, like, this is how twisted and deep these parasocial relationship goes. She had no one else to depend on. And as you can see, they come in flocks, in droves. It's not one person you're going to argue with. It's going to be an entire army. Thank God I've always been a one-man army. And I told them that. I was knocking them down one by one. They couldn't keep me from saying what I had to say. But it gets exhausting. Day after day, night after night. It's tiresome. I said what I said. And I moved on. He didn't love her. He's not mourning her death. He's mourning his pockets. He's mourning that money he made monthly off of her. That's what he's mourning. He's trying to figure out how he's going to supplement that income. And he is very smart. He is super aware that him coming out and speaking up against Rizzi in this time, in this moment, would only dig a deeper grave for himself. So he's going to play like he's so deathly upset about them talking about her when he really isn't. That's the strategy. The rest talk about Rizzi horribly, and he is her savior. That's how he gets vindicated at the end. Right. He's going to cuss them all out. That's exactly the plan, y'all. Y'all got to understand how this works. None of them are against each other. They do this week after week. They do this week after week. Somebody's arguing with somebody else. So it's all planned. So when he does get up here and cuss out $2, Kiana, HB, and all the other ones talking right now, it was planned. He has to be the savior in order to get back on his throne. Because who is he? Braid motherfucking King.
But that's what a man who abuses a woman brings himself out to be. He makes everybody else look like your enemy so that he can be your savior. We can go to ChatGPT. I love asking them questions. That's a what is it called when you paint an image of what a abuser is?
Mm-hmm. A profile.
A profile. Thank you. Mm-hmm. That's the profile of an abuser. And for them to say that by us speaking out about what he did to Rizzi, we're bullying him. No, I'm not attacking him. I'm not coming after him. I'm speaking on the truth of what I saw, not only in him, because I don't mind putting names on it since y'all saying that we just talking about Braid. I'm talking about Braid. I'm talking about Kiana, who she first said was her first bully on this app. Or greatest bully, or whatever term she used, but she didn't use Kiana's name when she unalived. But she said, so y'all please miss me because she didn't say somebody's name. That mean they not culpable to what happened to her. Kiana, HB, Braid, Tib, who else? Candy. I don't mind putting a name on it. Y'all just need to wake up and stop being so simple-minded when we're telling you. You can easily look it up. You can see it. You can look up the profile of the type of, and stop being so simple-minded when we're telling you. You can look up the profile of the type of person and how they move.
I want to read this to you.
Can I say something real quick, Ray? And I'm getting down because This is a lot for me. But what she did, the slowness of the way she took her life was a symbol to them because that's how they was making her feel. I will say she did her thing with this one because she is showing them how they made her feel over this year because it was bad. But I'm so sorry. I pray for her and her family, and they still won't let her rest in peace, which is really crazy.
They're taunting her in real time.
Yes.
They bullying her now. They literally
I gotta
bullying
read this,
her.
y'all. Rizzi sent this to me in 2024. This is how long I've been connected to Rizzi, unbeknownst to everybody. She sent this, and this is about Kiana. Remember when the lady just came up there and said, Kiana, I don't know if you know this, Drop and Tony, but Kiana is now calling different coroner's office to find Rizzi's body. What? This is how insidious different Rizzi's body. What? This is how insidious this woman really is. And in her death, you are still stalking this woman. And this is how insidious. And in her death, you are still. It also has just come out allegedly that Kiana went to dinner with her rapist and his wife. And this is Rizzi telling me she's afraid. She's afraid they will find her because she didn't go. Her rapist and his wife. Rizzi telling me she's afraid. She opted out of witness protection, and they have contacted her abuser. She opted out of they have contacted her abuser. This has been going on longer than you guys know. And I try to help her as best as I can. She just wanted it to all go away, y'all. Read it. My rapist is on here, and I'm pretty sure she's reached out to him by now. Read it. My rapist is on here, and I'm pretty sure she's reached out to him by now. He has a criminal order of protection because he was stalking and harassing me. By her doxing me, I'm now at risk. Criminal order of protection because he was stalking and harassing me. By her doxing me as a key witness to a violent crime and may give him life in prison. What if he or his brother finds me? He will literally do anything to silence me. I have to speak with the state attorney tomorrow because I opted out of being put on witness protection. But I don't silence me. The state attorney tomorrow because I opted protection. But I don't know. Now I don't know. She's a demon. She's demonic. This woman was afraid for her life. I was a random stranger at that time. She didn't really know me, but she seen that I protected Black women. And she wanted my help. She knew my background in activism. And they're still doing it to this day. To this day. To this day. They're still doing it. She's actively following up on this woman's life. She's dead. And she's trying to find her in a coroner's office. How sick is this person? Now, I'm really seriously concerned. Like, are we okay? Why are you doing all this? That's why I said them crocodile tears that she performed the other day. And to me, from what I know, fake. Fake. And she never paid a bill for me. She never did anything like that. I just supported her as much as I could.
Hi, host. Hi, panel. Hi. I think you're absolutely right. There's so many people on here who are covert about their disgustingness. I seen a lady on a panel that was speaking about and bringing awareness to what happened with the young lady Rizzi. And then I later on I seen her on a panel with HB, and she was giving her love and support, and it was just it's so sick. I just like, I don't understand how this is working. I'm somebody from the outside looking in, as far as messy talk or whatever, but it was very much so clear and obvious what was going on just from the small clips. It's disgusting, and hopefully they're charged.
We gotta wait and see for that one. Welcome in this other young lady on the very top. I don't know your name, I can't see it, but you're next to Drop Queen.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hey, Drop. I follow you, Drop.
Hi,
I
thank
wanted to
you.
say this. Did y'all see where Kiana had that Spider-Man helicopter thing, was flying in the air and said, "Y'all, this is Rizzi"?
Yes.
Did y'all see that?
I put it up on my,
And this
it's one of my posts.
You can't be more
this morning
disgusting
she
than
was in
that.
this. Yeah, this morning she was in a live. Well, late last night, her and Pruzy and the rest of them, and this guy, I don't know who he is, but they was pulling up and bashing her. This woman is gone, and y'all still bashing her. All of them to blame, like Drop said. All of them. All of them. And it's sad.
It's very sad. It's
Evelyn from Montgomery County Public
What they're
Schools.
trying to do,
It's
is,
sad.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Is this Frika Miriam?
She got something
This is
going on in the
sad.
background.
I'm gonna mute her.
So what they're doing, is trying to diminish her character and say that she played a part, because just like you saw, Kiana send a email to her mother saying that she was bullying her. Since when have you seen anybody be able to bully HB, Kiana, Aubrey King? Since when have you seen somebody being there? So what they're doing is trying to make themselves look less culpable, because now you can say, look what she did to me. She did this to me. They're even trying to, bring up, because you argue with somebody in a panel or do something like that, you're just as guilty as they are. No, never. No, never.
Abusers do
They're
it.
trying to minimize. They're trying to minimize what they actually did. And I don't understand why people are not saying that. And the people who are saying why y'all didn't speak up before is the delusional. We don't have to take
That's to deflect. That's to
That's the
deflect from
deflect.
the
You're right.
severity of it all. That's why I
That's
don't
right.
give it too much momentum, because I can choose to speak up when I feel safe.
That's right.
And this is the safest time for anyone who's been abused by these folks. This is your time to speak up.
So
This
you
is
all
a
knew
safe
her?
time. This is the safest time to speak up. So if you didn't feel safe before and you feel safe now, then you have a right to speak up. And two things can be true. I could have been bullied by these people and didn't speak up then for myself. And then now decide to speak up for on behalf of Rizzi.
Not only Rizzi, the next person.
While healing the hurt that caused me. It's nothing wrong with it. And don't let them silence you by trying to deflect that bullies bully more than one person at a time. And more often than not, when someone gets vindicated, the other people who have been harmed by that person, we see it all the time. We see it all the time. They come and start talking about it, not because they have a vendetta, but because they need a healing as well. And you're not going to stop people from getting the healing they need so they can move on in their journey, because you don't feel they have a right to do so, because you want to support cruelty, because you want to support victimization, because you want to support bullying, you want to support being dehumanized. We're not going to allow you to silence the voices of people who have been abused on this app. We're not doing that anymore. And so this is the moment. This is the moment. And we're going to talk. So get used to other people having spaces where they talk about being abused by the bullies of messy TikTok.
And I cannot say people are saying I'm on a world tour, baby. You got that right. I'm on a world tour on Messy TikTok, and I'm taking it off of Messy TikTok. I just told you I'm writing a letter to my congressperson to see if I can get a movement on Rizzi's law and making that real. So if you think I'm on a world tour, this is the drop queen who I am in real life. This is what I do in real life. This is what I do, and I'm going to do it.
Period. I've been
You ain't seen a world tour.
Years.
If I'm on a world tour about this, so what? It's a good mission to be on that I save my children who may come behind me on Messy TikTok and be on somebody to avoid them being on somebody's ceiling fan. I'm protecting your child who may come when you're gone off of Messy TikTok and they have another Braid King, Kiana, HB.
Yes.
And don't even let me start with Thibodeau. My daughter has a master's in social work. She just got her clinical license. I told her I wanted to interview her because when I showed her that video of what Tib had done to Rizzi in Bryce's live while acting like she was being bullied, no way she was being bullied, and got up in that panel and called that girl a slut bucket. My daughter's like, what?
Drop, I don't know if you know that Thibodeau reached out to me a couple of days ago at like 11:30 at night. So my first thought is, why is she reaching out to me? This woman hasn't spoken to me in almost a year. And when I was in my worst situation, she wasn't calling me. So she hit me up and I figured they sent her, honestly, because they all flocked together. I had not seen that video where she called Rizzi a slut bucket. And now I want to take y'all in for this moment. I want y'all to walk with me a little bit. The only actual interactions that Rizzi ever had, what's up, Tweet, was with a rapist. Her therapist raped her. That is it. So for Thibodeau to know that backstory as a therapist or a counselor and call her a slut bucket, do you understand the deep impact that had on Rizzi emotionally? Do you understand the wounds that had awoken in Rizzi when she called her a slut bucket? Because, in fact, she wasn't a slut bucket. In fact, she was a virgin. In fact, the only time that she's ever had sexual activity was with a rapist, and you had that information. And you specifically called her a slut bucket because you knew the impact that it would have on her mentally. You are a licensed professional. You understood it. You understood it. You knew what you were doing. You understood the impact. You understood what that would take from her. You understood. And you did it anyway. And you could, and when I seen it, I hit her up, I text her, and I said, my God, I'm a counselor. My God, you knew what that would do to that young lady. Put your hand down. I will come to you, lady. Just give me a minute, sweetheart. You knew what that would do to her. You knew the impact. You knew how that would make her feel, and you chose to do it anyway. You knew. And she kept on saying, well, what about what she said to me? To whom as much is given, much is expected. You have a degree. You know emotional regulation. You've been trained in this. You knew. And you chose that. You chose that. You chose that. You chose that. You knew what calling her slut bucket meant. You were saying to her that she deserved it. She wanted it. You knew. You knew what the underlying tone was when you said that. And you chose it. And that I cannot forget. You're a professional. You knew. You knew what calling her a slut bucket would mean to a woman who has never had any sexual interaction with anybody but her rapist. You knew. You knew. She's a counselor. She's been trained, Kia. I'm sorry. There's a certain amount of training you get, and you knew what that would do. You knew what that would make her feel like. You knew how that would be twisted in her head. You knew the power of those words. You're not going to convince me otherwise. You knew. So now reaching out to me feels plotted. It feels maniacal. You wanted a place to land. And me being a sensitive soul and knowing there by the grace of God, go I, go everybody, I gave you an emotional landing. I didn't know you said those things though. I thought you was just doing 1, 2, like y'all was arguing on there. But you understood the impact of your words. And you try to say the Lord had you dream about me. No, you wanted some place to land softly. You tried to manipulate me. You knew. You knew. And now I'm seeing more and more clips of you saying more horrific things. Yeah, it's shocking. But lady, go ahead. I know you had your hand up, but it's shocking.
If you're weaponizing your degree on social media, because it's not just this app, it's all social media, but you have a degree like that and you're on this app doing that, that can cost you your license and your job.
What's going on,
And
people? News interruption, but you know we got to talk about the sponsor for today.
Please mute when you come up, like your background.
that can cost you your license, your job, and I'm seeing a lot of therapists on this app doing that. And we need to start reporting these people so that they cannot continue, because if they're doing it on social media, whatever clients that they have on their list in their state it's dangerous. And we need to start reporting therapists when they're doing this type of stuff. We really do.
I agree. The other 2 young ladies, I'm not sure. I can't see your names for some reason, but welcome in. Is there something you want to say?
Hi, this is so we're friends on my backup page. This is my main page. This is checking temperatures.
Okay.
So Thibodeau, I posted this video a couple of days ago. She did come in on my post and said that she was sorry and that she also said that Renzi didn't deserve that, and she apologized for her actions because people in the comments was responding back to what she said, responding back to the video. Also, too, what I have noticed with these bullies is it's a lot of them on this app. And Candy is another one. I heard one of the videos from Candy and it was horrifying. Also, too, I don't know who else is in here, but one of the young ladies, the comic cousins, was down there. She also witnessed that live. Honestly, being a mother of 3 and a grandchildren of 4, I haven't slept since Friday. I did not go in Renzi Live to expect to see what I seen. So we have people in there who's still suffering, who's seeing it. So somebody's daughter, being a mother myself, just closing my eyes, seeing her face.
Can I tell
Paralyzing.
check and tips or something? Ray,
Go
you
ahead.
mind if I? Okay, thank you. A check and temperature. That's wonderful and great and awesome that Thibodeau apologized. But there's a reason that these people apologize. People told her she was wrong when she said it. Even Rizzi said that you was wrong. If she was going to apologize when Rizzi said she was wrong, she could have apologized then. But take apologies very with a grain of salt, because that's what certain people do. Men who abuse women, that's what abusers do. They apologize. They apologize to get your guard down. The same way that Braid apologized to me the other day when he said that when I was in tears, him thinking that I was offended because he said that Rizzi hated me. I wasn't offended. Rizzi told me that, and she had no reason to hate me because I hadn't done her anything. That was way back in Kiana's panel when I hardly even knew Rizzi or anything about her, or had any interaction with her. So her hating me came from somewhere else. Maybe she didn't like something I said, because I'm very strong in my opinions and what I believe, and I stick to them. So it's okay that she hated me. That was her problem. That wasn't mine. Just because you hate me don't mean that I have to feel the same way about you. So Bray used that as a dig towards me, as if I can't speak up for Rizzi because she hated me, but yet she loved him, and he was the abuser. So I'm just saying all that to say is those apologies mean nothing when you've gotten caught.
Yes.
Everybody
I agree
apologize when they get caught.
100% with you, Drop. It's too
That's
late for
right.
the apology. She's not here. I agree 100%. And I did say that to her in the comments along with
Thank
everybody
you.
else. It's
Mm-hmm.
useless at this point. Rizzy is no longer
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
They
Right.
call
So
in
that's great. That's
accountability.
just like Braid apologized to me after he said she hated you. When he apologized, he said she hated you, apologized, and then he said the same thing today. Apology
Yeah.
means change behavior. That's why I didn't accept the
Absolutely.
apology.
Rob,
I'm like, I don't care
can you
about your
mute your
apology.
background? I have an
I'm
audio
sorry.
Yes.
situation. Like that's too much. I'm being overwhelmed. Um, whew. I have a heart, in order to I'm a firm believer that an apology without remorse doesn't mean anything. And remorse is an action. And her saying, I take accountability is not enough in this situation. And she had an ethical responsibility to walk away. If she felt offended by Rizzi, because she said there was a conversation where Rizzi said something about her daughter who's currently no longer here with us. And I'm sorry for that. When you feel that triggered, you need to walk away. And she didn't. She chose. And it wasn't just one panel she was saying this stuff on. She kept it going. I can understand it was a quick response. You slipped up, but it just wasn't once. I'm seeing panel after panel, video after video is being sent where Thibodeau was in these lives being cruel to Rizzi over and over and over and over. And so it's no longer like, it was in that moment I was so upset, because that's how she explained it to me when I spoke to her. And I thought it was weird for her to even reach out to me, considering we weren't close, honestly. So what are you reaching out to me today? You needed a moral landing. You needed someone to soothe you in the midst of you being harmful. And I'm the type of person that is like, I'm a healer. I got a journal. I do this work. And you reached out to me to manipulate the situation because you've seen my video. Yeah, she knew I was kind. She's seen the video, and she knew that I would be speaking about those who attacked this young lady. She knew that the video had gone viral, although she says she never seen it. And the more information I got, the more I would speak up. They know me for that. So now I've seen HB and I've spoken up about HB. I've seen Candy. I've spoken up about Candy. No stone goes unturned. Like, I don't know how to wrap my head around this, y'all. This stuff is a lot for me. That's why I do it in doses. She literally attacked this girl on the internet, said horrible things about her, talked about her being a slut bucket, knowing that girl had no sexual interaction with anyone. And she knew the impact of her calling her that. and how that would make her feel, what that would bring up, what that would trigger. She's well aware of it, and she did it anyway.
Can I say something too? You know, she and I had issues because our issues stem from Diamond's Live. I haven't been able to find that video of her lying on me on Diamond's Live. So now every time I see her in like other spaces, especially Manny's, she would be antagonizing me in the comments. So then I started addressing her, cursing her out or whatever. So then she said, well, y'all know, she tried to minimize what she was doing to, y'all know I'm a professional troll, to justify her behavior. Y'all know I'm a professional troll and I'm going to keep doing it. But she never went head up with me with the tongue, with the back and forth. She never did that. Why would she do it to Rizzi and not to me? Because I'm the one actively cursing you out, telling you, you keep antagonizing me, I'm going to drag you across this app, right? She never came at me with the same force that she went to Rizzi. Why was that? Because she felt that she had the upper hand on Rizzi. She couldn't handle me. Instead, what she did is paid Braid to curse me out. Do you hear me? She wouldn't handle me and go at me woman to woman and admit. She didn't admit that she antagonized me in the comments. She minimized it by saying, I'm a professional troll. And to these simple-minded ass people on Messy TikTok, that justifies it. I can call myself a professional troll. So now that I can continue trolling you and antagonizing you, which equates to bullying because you're persistent with it. See, bullying requires persistence. It's not a one-time interaction. It's not y'all in a panel and y'all fall out. That's not even what happened in Bryce's live. She was up there just about to tell Bryce what she was dealing with. And she came up immediately, say, get rid of this girl. She's a problem. Get her out of your panel. That slut bucket.
Yes.
It wasn't even up immediately, say, get rid of your panel. That slut bucket.
Yes.
It wasn't even a justified interaction for her to say, oop, I had a laxed judgment as I was speaking or arguing or going back and forth with this person. That's not what, I had a laxed judgment back and forth with this person. That's not what happened in Bryce's panel that day.
I never knew.
So she admitted.
Go ahead.
Open in Bryce's panel that day.
I never knew.
So she admitted.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's how it happened. Rizzi came up to speak to Bryce, and then Tib came behind her and started telling him he needs to get her out of her panel because she's nothing but a pity.
Go ahead.
Speak to Bryce, and then Tib came behind to get her out of her panel because she's nothing but the problem. Do you understand that that Rizzi didn't even come off of mute? Rizzi didn't address her at all. Yet, do you understand? Even come off of mute? Rizzi didn't address her at all, yet she said Rizzi bullied her. What they call bullying is when Rizzi dropped them out of the panel, they felt bullied because Rizzi can use her money to protect herself. That's what it was. It was protection. I don't have to hear what you have to say. I don't hear you have to talking about me. It was protection for her, but it was a win-win for the person who controlled the panel because they allowed the person to come up to attack her. They used her to get her money to support them. They used her to get her money by bringing up people in the panel to attack her. They used her to get her money by making fake beasts with one another. So now you're on my team and it's time for me to battle and you can throw for me, but I'm going to pounce you back to the other person and I'm going to fall out with you and they're going to make it with you and then you can throw big for them. And then we all can go on the back end and count our bags. Y'all better wake up because it's going to be y'all. See, the $6,000 I spent made me wake up. It made me sit back and watch because I got it consumed by playing the game and doing all of this and the laughs and the jokes of it all. I was consumed by that. But when it happened to me, it allowed me to sit back and watch how these people really move, how the cash app drops not always real because they can say they dropped you for 100 and then you pay 200 to come back because they know that you're going to pay to do it. I'm going to give you control. I've seen Brad give her control of the live and then everybody hating her because he put her in a power position and they hated that for her. So she was in a lose-lose. There was no win-win for Rizzi ever. Her being on Messy Talk was her lose-lose situation, no matter what she did.
It was all part of the plan. They would drop you in hopes that you would pay to come back. I never paid to come back. Let them drop me, shit. I didn't care. And Rizzi, In order to understand why Rizzi just keep coming back, you would have to understand it. I didn't care. And Rizzi, understand why Rizzi just keep coming back, you would have to understand her mental illness as well. You would have to have insight on what she really valued. Keep coming back, you would have to understand this as well. You would have to have insight on what she really valued. And because she really thought Braid King liked her. Can you explain that to them, Drop? How she really loved, and because she really thought, can you explain that to them, Drop? How she really loved Braid King and how she thought in her mind that there was a chance for them to be in a relationship?
Exactly. And I
But in her mind that there was a chance for them to be in a relationship?
even asked, two people asked Braid that I heard. Bay Boy asked him that, and he said, even asked, two people asked Braid that I heard. Boy asked him that, and he said, Rizzi knew what we had going on. CEO asked him that, and he said, well, she knew it was just a game, because I asked him that, and he said, CEO asked him that, and he said it was a game because people thought she was GAY, so I played as her man. You hear what he's saying? Yeah, that's easy for you. It was a game because people thought she was GAY, so I played as her man. What he's saying? Yeah, that's easy for y'all to believe now because she can't defend herself, but you can look at the passion and the love in her eyes every time she talked to him, every time she was around him, every time she made a picture of them as a couple with a little baby and a marriage and a wedding. Y'all can't be okay. Y'all can't be okay to believe we can see a little bit of you, Ray. You can't be okay to believe a little baby and a marriage. Hey, y'all can't be okay to believe we can see a little bit. Believe that she didn't even. I got up in Bella's panel and I say, well, don't you think that Rizzi could leave that she didn't even. I got up in don't you think that Rizzi could have been a little delusional to believe that y'all had a relationship, even though you thought yourself, Braid, that y'all didn't have a relationship? And he said y'all had a relationship, even though you thought yourself, Braid, that y'all, yes, that she could have been a little delusional. He knew damn well she was delusional because how he felt about her, she didn't feel.
Period.
But he played upon that.
He didn't. He did play upon that.
Didn't feel.
Period.
But he played.
He didn't. He did play upon that.
That's how men love bomb women every day. That's why I keep trying to tell these women, get their minds into being in one of them bad, tumultuous relationships that you've been in. That's how men love trying to tell these women, get their minds into being in one of them bad, tumultuous relationships that you've been in your lifetime, and then maybe you can understand and see what Rizzi was dealing with. Because it wasn't HB that broke her down, because she said, HB, I'm not gonna allow you to use me. Tumultuous relationships that you've been in, and see what Rizzi was dealing with. Because it wasn't HB that broke her down, because she said it was Braid that put her barrier down. When you start dealing with these men, and they start bringing HB that broke her down, because she said it was Braid that put her barrier down. When you start dealing with these men and they start bringing you through there, then everything else falls apart. The thing that could break women the most is not female friends. It's you through there, then the thing that could break women the most is not female friends. It's men. Men break women the most. Y'all know that. If you want your boundaries, you're break women the most. Y'all know that. If your borders, what is it you call? You put up things to protect yourself.
Your boundaries. You said it right.
No, you put it. No, for keep people from hurting you. Not a boundary, but your guard.
Your guard.
Your walls and your guard. It's men that get you to break that down.
Yeah,
your barriers. Men
all these things
do that.
are meant to protect you.
That's
I feel
right.
like he breadcrumbed her. I feel like at one point he would come and be all over Rizzi. Rizzi's my girl. She's my favorite. Y'all not gonna fuck with her. Rizzi's my wife. He even called her his wife at one point. I believe he knew that she really liked him. And this is coming from a perspective of a woman, a young lady, a girl to me, that really never had a romantic relationship with anyone. So where does she get her understanding of how a romantic relationship looked? This is the closest she ever got to having a romantic relationship. This is according to her words. And that little glimpse, and he was popular. He's Braid King. And at one point, Braid didn't come out and say that he was a bisexual man. Do you remember that drop? At one point, he was saying that he was straight. He did not like guys and all of this other stuff.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He came out later and said that he is interested in men. And so for a very long time, I do believe in that moment, she and said that he is interested in men. And so in that moment, she thought she had a chance. And besides,
so after she had those feelings, it's hard to turn those feelings out. Even after he coming out and say, I'm bisexual, that still would be difficult for someone who's already in love to turn that off. Yes. Love just doesn't turn off immediately. That would have been another struggle for her when upon all the other struggles she was already facing.
Exactly. And also, being bisexual means that you're still interested in both sexes, right? It's both genders. So then in him leaving that open where he's bi also still gives her an opportunity to be with him. Maybe he will pick me. Maybe he will value me eventually. Maybe he will see how much I love on him, that my love is enough for the both of us to have this strong value relationship. I seen a video that she created to have this strong value relationship. And I couldn't believe it that she really created a video of them having kids, them being together. And I couldn't believe it that she really created a video of them being together. And he used that. He loved bombed her. And parasocial relationships are strong within itself. But add spending nights together, add phone calls, late night phone calls, add the intimacy that you think that you're sharing with the person, because it just wasn't on the app. That's what people are not getting. This was off the app. This was off the app exchanges. This was intimacy on another level. This is him and her falling asleep like lovers do on the phone. I'm painting this picture so you can really get it. And it was one-sided. He had one goal and she had another. I'm painting this picture so you can really get it. And it was goal and she had another. She was trying to win him over. She was wooing him while he was cashing out. She was a cash cow and she had another. She was trying to win him over. She was cashing out. She was a cash cow. And there's videos up there that he definitely says that he was cashing out. She was paying for trips, for food, for her hair to get done. This was not a friendship. This was business for Braid King. I didn't even know she paid for the production. And she also paid for his protection. So people was getting cussed out by Braid King. So when they get those videos up, but she paid him to do that.
So people are saying it's disgusting to say how Rizzi felt about him when Rizzi wasn't here, but it's amazing. Rizzi told you how she felt about him by spending her money. A woman is not going to pay $2,500 for braids, baby, when Africans do it for $300. That was not necessary. And it was two trips and not one. With the video, she told us how she felt about him with the videos of them as husband and wife and kissing him. You didn't see the video when 2 trips and not one. With the video, she told us how she felt about him and kissing him. You didn't see the video when they're kissing each other. He's in one screen, she's in the other, and they're kissing each other. You can't see the love in her eyes. I guess the problem is y'all never really been in love. Kissing each other. He's in one screen. Other. You can't see the love in her eyes. Never really been in love. Y'all don't know how women move. Maybe y'all one of the manipulators too. That woman would not have put herself in a wedding dress. Never really been in love. Y'all don't know how women move. Maybe y'all one of the manipulators. Would not have put herself in a wedding dress saying that I'm saving myself for my husband and then emulate a marriage between her and Braid unless she felt those type of feelings, putting him in a groom suit and creating pictures of her and babies. Are y'all okay? Y'all choosing to be delusional.
Do not use dissonance on us. It doesn't work. Y'all knew that she believed that Bray was her man and that he liked her, that he was her protector. And because she didn't have a real, like, she explained to us that she didn't have a relationship, that she was a, that he was her protector. And because she explained to us that she didn't have a relationship, that she was a loner. We knew this. She talked about it. So don't tell us what we don't know. We know. And I'm not going to be like nosy bystander. Talked about it. So don't tell us, I'm not going to be like nosy bystander and say the young lady, like she wasn't in an intimate relationship with Rizzi. She knew Rizzi. That's not going to be like nosy bystander and say the young lady, intimate relationship with Rizzi. She knew Rizzi. That's another thing I wanted to address, Drop. That whole nosy bystander video where she's like, oh, the young lady, like she had no, she knew Rizzi. That's that whole nosy bystander video where she's like, oh, the young lady, connection to Rizzi. She was well aware of who Rizzi was, Rizzi's background story. Nosy was on Messy side of TikTok full and involved in one of the people who created those skits and created the mess. So please, and involved in one of the people who created those skits. So please, I forgot to talk about her. She knew who Rizzi was. It wasn't just a young lady. Rizzi was her mod at one point. She had an intimate relationship with Rizzi. She knew her situation. She knew that Rizzi had mental health. Anybody who was on this side of TikTok knew that Rizzi had mental health issues. So please stop that with this young lady. Now you want to remove yourself. No, you can't remove yourself after you did that live making fun of her. You can't. Okay, MB, do you want to speak? You can't. Okay, MB, do you want to?
Yes, I do. Thank you. My question was okay, so you guys talk about, thank you. Okay, so you guys talk about, you could get dropped down and then by somebody paying and then people paying to get back up. Who got that money?
The live streamer, the person who's doing the live.
Okay, so if not HB, but if Brad King was hosting, and then on the back end, as you guys say, he was setting people up to, like, you say Rizzi was paying him to drop somebody, and then that group was paying him to let them people back up. I mean, yeah. So that's like extortion.
Yeah. We thought it was real at first, but then we realized it was extortion. We realized it was a scheme because he admitted it.
Yeah, and I also think that on the back end, because I saw a live where it was another guy in the panel with him, and I think Rizzi was there, and the guy seemed to be flirting with Rizzi, and then he was like, the other guy was like, no, no, that's my sister, and the HB was like, you my brother, and that's your sister-in-law. So he was feeding into her feelings for him. And I believe, because I used to work for a cellular company, and so they'll have all the records of their phone calls and their text messages that will prove he was sort of love bombing and grooming her, I believe, on the back end too.
Yeah, they were falling asleep on the phone together. They were supposedly, Rizzi thought that was her man at one point.
Yeah, I saw that video she made, that AI of their life and their future together and their children.
Yeah, that's what we are talking about. So for him to act
Yes.
like he doesn't know why she thought like that is just not real. We all know why she thought like that.
Yeah, and
Like that is just not real. We all know why she thought like that.
yeah, and what happened, especially those that encouraged her to unalive at any point, that's a punishable felony. That is the cyberbullying. Okay, that's a punishable felony. That is the cyber something else. But anyone who encouraged her, that is a punishable felony in most states.
Yeah, that's wrongful unaliving. Her family can file lawsuits on any of these people that were bullying her for wrongful unaliving. So I hope they're saving up all that TikTok money for lawyers.
Yeah, and not just the family, the authorities.
Yeah.
The authorities can pull that out, and I always say when I talk about that, remember OJ. He may have gotten away with the criminal charges, but them Goldmans got him on that civil.
Yeah.
Do
I didn't
y'all
know.
Got him on that civil.
do
I didn't
y'all
know
know?
anything.
I'm sorry. Go
Go
ahead. I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, do y'all know that there are people who still don't believe?
Anything.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say, do y'all know that there are people who still don't believe? I had somebody in my inbox. They said they liked me and supported me. I appreciate it, but I have to tell this story. Nothing directly at you, but there are people who are saying that they still don't believe this is real because they said they liked me and supported me. I appreciate it, but I have to tell this story. There are people who are saying that they still don't believe this is real because it's not picked up by CNN. It's a black girl. Why would they pick it up? The only reason that some stations outside of T-Time local station picked it up is not picked up by CNN. It's a black girl. Why would they pick it up? The on side of T-Time local station picked it up because it was a black girl killing a YT man. They don't pick up stuff about us. They don't care about us. If y'all waiting for CNN or Fox News or anybody else to make a big deal out of this, they don't care. Please, if that's what you're going based off, if this is real and it happened, is CNN and Fox News just that won't happen. Just say you choosing to be oblivious to that. Based off, if this is real and it happened, is CNN that won't happen. Just say you choosing to be oblivious to that this young lady is gone. They don't care about us. It needs to be picked up. I'm hoping that it be picked up. But the reality is it's unlikely that it will be.
I
But
believe
the
it.
pastor
I
spoke
believe
out in
it
the
will be picked up once the investigation is done and the charges are filed. I believe it will get picked up. I think everybody right now is just waiting, and this investigation is going to take a while because it takes a while to subpoena all the records, and then they have to get people to look at the TikToks. They have to get the people to look at all the HBs, all of this Thibodeau chick, all of this King stuff, and then they have to get people to look at all the HBs, all of this Thibodeau chick, all. Then they also have to look at not just the TikTok videos, but then that back door, that stuff they were doing in text messaging and phone calls. And they also have to look at that back door, that stuff they were doing in text messaging and phone calls. See, all cellular calls are recorded, every last one of them. We used to sit in our operations booth and listen, and then people say, "Oh, you can only hear one side." No, we heard both sides of the conversations.
Drop. I have a question, Drop, because I've seen your video. Can
okay.
you? I was just saying about the nosy, the
Uh-huh.
video that you were saying how nosy was saying that the
As
young
if she
lady.
didn't know Rizzi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
She's
really
talking as if
disturbing to me
she's
too.
trying to separate herself from Rizzi. That's what she say. The young lady, as if I know nothing about her. She's just a story that's trending on the internet. She's
Too.
trying to separate herself from Rizzi. That's what she say. She's just a story that's trending on the internet. But I heard she was her mod. You do a little something about her. You're always here watching. You're always watching when you're not here.
But what
We know
story
you're
was
always
trending? I
watching.
don't know what story.
Do a little something about her. You're always here watching.
What
We know
story
you're
was
always
trending? I
watching.
don't know what story was trending about Rizzi
Oh,
at that time.
them calling her an essay. Them saying that she essay braid. That was the
Oh yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was supposed to
Uh-huh.
be a
Yeah.
trending story on the internet. Yeah, right.
Uh-huh. Right.
It was
That was
trending
the
on
trending
Messy
story.
TikTok and Nosy is a big orchestrator of Messy TikTok. Let's just be clear. It
Yeah.
wasn't trending on the internet.
Right. So for her to know about the story,
trending on the internet.
Story.
She stayed trying to separate herself, and it's not a real thing. Trying to separate herself, and it's just not. We can say allegedly for legal protection, but we know she knew everything that was happening on Messy TikTok because she was to talk about it on her YouTube, and plus she was a messy TikToker. Oh, she knew everything that was happening on Messy TikTok, and plus she was a messy TikToker. Now you're like that young lady. Please. You knew her. We we watched you host lives with her in there, be friends, all of that. Now it's just that young lady.
Can
It's
I
so
jump in
weird.
real quick? Can I jump in real quick?
Sure.
Okay. So I wake up this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see Kiana, discussing the Rizzi thing and saying that,
Mm-hmm.
and I see, discussing the Rizzi thing and saying that she would never knowingly laugh at somebody like that, and she
Mm-hmm.
was trying to be remorseful. The Rizzi thing and saying that laugh at somebody like that, and she
Mm-hmm.
was trying to. Then Bray gets on and he's like, uh, I'm gonna get all of y'all,
Mm-hmm.
HB, this person, that oh, he going off. And my thing is, you're not helping the problem. All you thinking about is your name. And so you going after these people that saying that you had did those things to her. And I'm like, you still not, you're just worried about your own name. So he going after oh my God, HB. I thought they was like super cool and whatnot. So he going after HB. I thought they was like, and I mean, I'm like, are y'all really sad and remorseful, or do y'all just care about? And I mean, I'm like, are y'all really just care about, how people was, playing videos of what y'all did and said? Because it's not giving remorse. It's not giving apologetic. It's giving you trying to save your own ass. That's what it's giving. I saw Jonty this morning. All of them are so contrite and remorseful right now. Coulda, woulda, shoulda ain't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna bring that child back. I'm sorry, I'm calling her a child because I'm 62. But I mean, it's been bugging me for days. My son, I was playing the live on my car radio. I mean, it's been bugging me for days. And the live on my car radio, and he's like, "Mom, why you keep listening to that?" Because I keep seeing that child gone the live on my Mom, why you keep listening to that? Because I keep seeing over some bullshit. But now the cash cow is gone. What they gonna do? What are they gonna do now? So that's all I wanted to say.
That's what I wonder. What are they going to do now? Now that she is not part of their monthly income, what are they going to do now? Now that monthly income, who are they going to cipher money from? Because although they have lots of supporters, none was like Rizzi. Income, who are they going to cipher money from? Although they have lots of supporters, none was like Rizzi. None was like Rizzi. And that's a fact. None was like Rizzi. Was like Rizzi. And that's a fact.
And with Kiana, I'm like, don't get up here now trying to act like you are sorry when y'all laughing at damn Spider-Man on whatever that thing was, and y'all laughing talking about that's that's written at damn Spider-Man that thing was, and y'all laughing, talking about that's that's Rizzi.
Yeah, that was the sickest shit I've ever seen in my life. I
Exactly. Y'all
literally
think
couldn't
that shit
believe
is
it.
funny.
Oh,
That
they
girl talking about that's that's
the
Rizzi.
sickest shit I've ever seen in my life. I
Exactly. Y'all
literally
think
couldn't
that shit
believe
is
it.
funny.
Oh,
That
they think
girl.
it was so funny. They was dying laughing.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I
You
got the y'all
know.
go the video. I posted it for those who didn't get to see it. I posted the video. I've been posting people thank and let me just say this. Thank you to the supporters that have been sending me. I posted it for those who didn't get to see. Been posting people thank and let me just say this. Thank you to the supporters that have been sending me content nonstop. I've been downloading them so that I can send them to the right people. I want them to
Right.
see content nonstop. I've been downloading them so that I right people. I want them
Right.
to have as much access to these videos, not tampered with. Continue to send them to me. All I'm doing is creating a file and sending it, not tampered with. Doing is creating a file and sending it over in hopes that there is something that they can find. Because, like Drop Queen said, um, we need to make this some type of legislation or some type of, I don't know, an act.
Yes.
Something has to
Yes.
happen so that this will never happen again. And the fact that they're still up here
Yep.
laughing in real time, and this young lady is gone, says everything that needs to be said about them. All of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of them. And now they believe that, oh, they're working together against other people who are addressing them. No, you guys are the bad characters in this moment. And because you don't feel any remorse, you have to be addressed. You have to be addressed. And we're addressing them. And we're going to continue to talk about it addressed. You have to be addressed. And we're addressing them. And we're going to continue to talk about it and hold space for Rizzi. And it is unfortunate that Rizzi had to lose her life for this to, and it is unfortunate that for her to get the protection that she really needed when she was alive.
She
For her to get the protection that she really
she predicted she predicted that this app was gonna kill her. She knew that if she stayed on the app, it was going she was going to die. I'm sorry, on a live. So I just can't believe that and then they showed her literally after the deed was done. They showed the picture talking about, well, no, that rope, it's not a rope, it's a string. That fan is
sick.
not going to be able to hold her. And and I'm like, my God, they don't even care. And it's
Sick.
not going to be able to hold her. And and they don't even care.
They sick.
You
The
it's
Bible talks about these type of people. Their conscience has been seared with a hot iron. They are sick individuals. They're sick. They are sick individuals. They're sick. They are sick. They are sick.